Good evening, and welcome back, poetry lovers. It is I, ZMWise, and here I am with another... Whoa! The hell are they? Goodness. Sorry about that. Here with another home recording, just for you. Today's video encompasses the book recommendation. And it's quite ironic, because with music, I will gladly take recommendations. And as far as poetry books are concerned, I will take recommendations as well. As far as books in general, not really. And I don't know why that is. Well, that's another tangent for another video. I have 3 books. I'm going to briefly go through them and why you should read them. First of all, this book is called Cowboy Poetry. And Cowboy Poetry, it is quite formal. It does have a rhyme scheme. It does have a certain flow to it. If you've ever seen cowboy poetry performed aloud, you'll know exactly what I mean. I was lucky to have that privilege for quite a while, and I knew a cowboy poet, and his work is absolutely brilliant. And this is a nice anthology of about 4 or 5 different cowboy poets, and they write about many things under the sun. What it's like to be a cowboy, the location around them, the landscape, the mountains. It could be a piece about their gun, about their horse, love poems, sometimes even American mythology, which is very rare because we mostly have tall tales and folk tales, Paul Bunyan and whatnot. So it's very interesting to see their take on legends. And of course, they do write about their ancestors, which is great as well. So if you are a hardcore cowboy poet, or just interested in reading cowboy poetry, check this out. And yeah, look for the publisher known as Castle. Let me help you out, though. It's edited by Julie Saffel, Saffel. So, cowboy poetry. So, the second book that we have here, 19 Varieties of Gazelle, Poems of the Middle East by Naomi Shihab 9. And she's grown to be one of my favorite poets ever. And she's incredibly generous as a human being. Look her up, read her story, and you will be thoroughly amazed. Now, this book in particular came out in 2002, I believe, and many of these poems reflect on how people in the Middle East felt about 9/11, just both sides. A lot of these pieces are incredibly powerful. I myself have read quite a lot of it already, and the introduction in the beginning, her story, and the story of her relatives is just absolutely amazing, and it will really captivate you and just suck you into her universe. It's like no other. And her writing style is just absolutely wonderful. And she includes the best epigrams ever. So, if you haven't heard of her, she also wrote quite a few other books of poetry, and also edited one of my favorite world poetry anthologies called This Same Sky. So, it was a great book. So, 19 Varieties of Gazelle. Get yours today. And last but not least, I encourage this wholeheartedly. World poetry, baby, and look how thick this is. So, this is an anthology of verse from Antiquity to our time. Now, when it says our time, let's see what the copyright date is, and we'll see when it stops. Yes, see, this is copyright 1998. So, yes. And it's absolutely brilliant because the way that this is in chronological order, it starts from, as it says, Antiquity, and it goes through the different regions of the world, and then goes on to the next time period, the regions of the world. And I'm a sucker for poetry. It's not originally in English. And of course, we do have a rough translation. It really depends on who's translating. And one of the poets that Transcendent Zero Press knows is in here, Sam Hamill. He's an incredibly amazing poet and translator. And certain Greek poems, I believe, are translated by Willis and Leakey Barnstone. Leakey translates more Greek, but yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. And for me, the more archaic it is, the more I love it. Sumerian poems. Dig it. So, and it goes all the way to, let's see, I think like the latest poet was Armand Schwerner, born 1932. And then David Curzon, born 1941. See, there's a section with Seamus Heaney's poem, and it says he was born in 1939 because back then he was still alive. Unfortunately, we lost him a few years ago. So, so this is edited by Catherine Washburn and John S. Major. They're the editors. And Clifton Fadiman is the general editor. So, World's Poetry, an anthology of verse from antiquity to our time. Get it, I beg of you. And that is it, poetry lovers. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Feel free to take a look at the rest of the videos. I have original songs in a cappella, because still a little too embarrassed to play instruments on here. When I play instruments, it's more self-indulgent. Let's see. There are interviews, live poetry readings, also home recordings of me reading my published poems. The ongoing series, A Poet's Addiction. I do have a problem. I'm going to have to take out a wall. And, oh, yes, of course, I'm on Twitter. That is my social media. My handle is ZMWisePoet. And also check out my Tumblr, where I post pretty much everything. The text, the videos, zmwisethepoet.tumblr.com. I'm using that until I can make a .com website for myself. And also, I am on Amazon. Buy my 4 books, people. 2 full-length poetry collections, 1 full-length epic poem with supplemental poems not related to the epic, but in that same theme, and then 1 book-length confessional poem. So you Sylvia Plath, Robert Lowell fans out there, and Sexton fans, hopefully you'll like that. So, what else? Oh, yeah. Poetry lives, and keep reading.